Welcome back, guys, to another episode of our $1 to $1 million challenge. Today, we got 3 days to play through, so we're gonna maybe have a little bit of a shorter video. I don't know, we'll see how the playthrough goes. So if you're new here, what we're doing is we're taking $1 and we're trying to gamble up to $1 million by getting 1% profit every single day, and our stop loss is 4%. So I don't have any more bonuses to claim. So we're starting off with what we ended off in the last episode, which is $113.81, which means our daily profit goal is $1.14, and then our stop loss is $4.55. So we're finally gonna start playing some live games. As I've said, once we get to like $100 balance, we're gonna start playing a little bit of live games. You guys have been asking for it, and I'm ready for it. Let's rip it. Okay, so I'm pulling up the live stats. We're gonna try to do a little bit of a safer method on roulette. Now I'm playing instant roulette or super speed roulette, so this will just, we don't have to like worry about timing our bets. We can just place them whenever we're good to go. So we're gonna do, this is a strategy I saw on YouTube. So this isn't my strategy, but it's a little bit of a safer one. So we're just basically playing 9 bets here, and we're going for, it has to just basically hit between 4 and 30. So anything else is a loss. And I believe if we win, we get 3 units on our bet. So we're using a 10-cent unit. So if we win, we should get 30 cents profit. We're gonna see how this goes. So if we lose, what we have to do is double up and win twice, and then win one more time at our base bet. So we do need a ton of wins, but we're covering a lot of the board here, so we should get more wins than losses, theoretically speaking. We know how that goes. So first off, it's 27, that's a win, and we can see that's a 30-cent gain. So we're gonna just keep running this up. This is supposed to just be like a very consistent strategy, so we're just gonna keep ripping this and see how it goes. So we really need to win this about 4 times, and we will hit our daily goal. So let's see how this goes. So far, so good. So yeah, I don't have the bonuses anymore like I mentioned in the last episode. I do have a plan to get more bonuses from a different method. Now, I'm gonna start that in the next episode. 35, that's a loss, so we gotta double up here. I'm gonna explain that more in the next episode, how I'm gonna get those bonuses. Oh, I didn't double up, it's all right. But yeah, it's outside of this website, it's a different method. I used to do it a lot, but it will give us probably more than $1 a day. So I'm excited for that because that's gonna boost our balance up a lot. But for now, this episode, we're not including those yet. So I'm gonna double this up, and we gotta win this twice. And that'll bring us back to where we are profit of 30 cents. And it hits a 0, dang. So we gotta double this up again. Okay, let's see how this goes. But I also switched from Bitcoin to USDC because Bitcoin was fluctuating a lot. So I was hoping it would, like, you know, increase the balance a little bit. Being invested in Bitcoin was kind of the idea. Hoping it would increase the balance, you know, being invested. But, you know, Bitcoin's very, oh, we lose again. Damn. All right. I'm just gonna rip the same bet again. Actually, we'll double up. So we're going past the stop loss. Typically, I don't think you're supposed to be hitting this many losses, so we're just hitting a bad break here, but we're gonna see what we can do. I was hoping this would be a really easy strategy, but it looks like we're not getting super lucky. It hits a 0 again. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go one more on the same bet, and then if we lose this, we might have to play some catch up because we're going down pretty good. But ideally, this strategy should not be this intense. So yeah, we lose again. That's pretty rough. That's really rough. I'm gonna rip it again. It's gotta hit eventually, right? This strategy should not be this difficult. But yeah, so live games, I was hoping this would, this is like what the originals do. This is why that loses again. Dude, there's no way. That's so crazy. All right. I gotta double up, and we're going really low here. This is crazy. This is not how I like to play because it can get pretty stressful when you're risking, like our balance is down like 28% right now. Actually, probably a little bit more, but that hits. So yeah, we won $19 on that, but we're betting 14. So you have to win like 4 wins to come back. So I'll try this one more time, and then we might just pull out and try to work our way back on the balance here. Hopefully this hits. If this doesn't hit, we're gonna be down pretty tremendous. 19, okay. So we're down 17 bucks. I'm gonna rip another strategy here. So let's do this. Okay, so if we lose this is another strategy. It's a different one. Hopefully this wins a little bit better. So if it hits these numbers down here, it's gonna give us a pretty good hit. So we win that. We're just gonna keep ripping this, and then if we lose, we add a bet between all these X's here. We'll add a bet between those, and then if we lose that, we double up. So this is like 3 progressions, where the other one wasn't really working too well for us. But this is why I'm trying live games to see how it goes. That hits again. So the live stats do update a little bit early. So we see the live stats come in and gives us our win or loss a little bit before the ball actually hits. But hopefully this strategy works a little bit better than the last one. That's the thing with live games is, so I've been trying to wait to do them because, I think that's another hit, yep. I'm trying to wait to do them because whether it's like, I would probably play mainly like Blackjack or Roulette. I'm not a big fan of like the wheel games, like Crazy Time or Funky Time, because those are like really risky. But when it comes to playing like Blackjack or Roulette, the base bets only, all right, we're getting a lot of wins here. That's really good. The base bets, typically 10 cents. 10 cents are like if you're lucky, usually it's like $1. So with our balance, it doesn't really give us a ton of working room. That's why I've been trying to push these off a little bit. That's another win. Okay, we're doing pretty good on this. I'm gonna switch up we're gonna do 5 double streets here, just like that. And then I think, actually we'll double this up. I think if this hits, we get a 1 unit payout, so it'd be a 20-cent win. But yeah, the live games, like I said, 10 cents, right? 10 cents or $1 is usually like the bare minimum you can bet. And then to have progressions, whether it's Blackjack or Roulette, you gotta have more of the balance to play with to give us a profit 20 cents there. You gotta have more of the balance to play with to, get back any losses like that. So that's the thing that can be kind of scary. I'm actually gonna double this up a couple times. All right, we're gonna do $1.60 on each street. So it's an $8 bet. If we hit one of these, it's $1.60 that we come back. So we really need to hit this, and that will keep getting us out of the hole here. We win. All right, cool. I'm gonna go back over to our other strategy. Okay, so we're ripping this again. Live games, it's just a little bit of a higher bankroll we need. That's why I've been pushing it off, and you can see why. We can go down a lot, but hopefully we get on a good run here. Hopefully we got all the bad hits out of the way. So there's another win there. We're slowly coming back. We'll take it. maybe we're not ready for live games yet with our bankroll. I thought we'd be good, but I'm trying to do a high coverage strategy because that fits more in line with like how I play. It's a lot of a little bit safer. You know, I'm not gonna do just black or red or anything. So that hits. Okay, we're almost out of the hole here. This is working pretty good. I'm gonna do one more thing and then we will come back to this. Okay, so I'm coming over to the wheel. I'm gonna try our strategy from the last episode that worked really well for us. So basically we're starting with 40 cents. Every loss we get, it increases 5 times. And we have a stop loss of 7, just so we don't go super far down. But ideally, we can't get like 3 losses. 3 losses will hurt the bankroll in a row. So I'm gonna turn this to instant bet. And I'm just gonna try to do this until we're out of the hole. So I'm not gonna push this too far. Okay, so we're coming out of the hole here. Okay, so we're up to, oh wait. All right. Why is it? Okay. So we gotta do a manual bet. Okay. You know what? I might just rip this for the rest of the way. We're almost there. Let's just keep running this. You know, it's working. Okay. A little bit past the what we needed. We needed $1.14. We're due $1.80. That's a crazy comeback from being down $27 on the roulette strategy. That's crazy. Live games, not a good start. Very stressful. So we're up $1.80. I'm gonna add that to the balance sheet and we'll get on to the next one. Okay, so we won day 67, playing way past the stop loss, but it worked out. Thank God. So today, for day 68, we have $1.1561 as our starting balance. And then we need to get $1.16 for our 1% profit goal, and our stop loss is $4.62. I'm gonna try roulette again. We're gonna give it another go. We're gonna do the same strategy. I'm gonna start from the 1. So we basically just can't hit these last 3 here, so 28 through 36 or 0. But let's see if, let me reset the live stats. Let's see if this works a little bit better. See if we can get some wins this time. I'm not gonna drop down to like 27 again. That was a little bit crazy. I don't like going that far down. I know you can with a bankroll like we do. Well, that was close. That was really close. We almost had the 32 there. I think that's what was right next to that, but we hit it. So we'll run that again. But yeah, I mean, we can do that stuff with our bankroll. That's why we're starting so low at 10 cents. But it's still risky, and I don't like going super low. I'm willing to play around like I did like the previous session we just did there. But you know, that can get so messy. You get another loss, and then your balance is like wiped in half, and then you got a lot of catching up to do. So I don't like to play catch up too much because that's when I feel like you make bad decisions. You know, there's another win there. All right, we'll take it. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm that way. I know most people that play these games, you know, you get the emotions involved and it's really hard to control them. So that's why we have that stop loss. I know I don't always play it. There's a 1, there's another win there, but that's the idea of it. So if we get 1 more of these, we'll be good for the day. If we lose this, it brings us back down to break even. So it's either we're winning or we're wiping out everything we just did there. So let's see what the wheel does to us here. It's taking its time, very slow. All right, here we go. It's a 1, so we hit it. So we needed $1.16, we got $1.20. That's what we like to see. It's a very good day right there. That was what I was hoping on the first day, not getting all those losses, because we're covering majority of the board there. So ideally you should win more than you lose in this, you know, a couple runs like that. So that's what it's supposed to do. We're not supposed to gamble that much money like we did yesterday. But either way, we got our profit pool a little bit over, and we'll update the sheet and finish off with the third day. Okay, so day 68 was a win. We got a $1.20 profit, and now we're moving on to day 69. Let's go. We're starting off with we're starting off with $116.81, and then our profit pool is $1.17, and then our stop loss is $4.67. All right, so we're gonna play the new game, coin flip. I don't know how I feel about this. I know some people in the Discord want me to try this. It's not really my style. The 50% win to loss ratio is a little bit risky for me, but we're gonna reset the last stats. We're gonna do a couple of these at a very low bet. Let's start with 5 cents. I'm gonna do a little bit of this, and then we're gonna hop into one final live game to finish off the day, but hopefully we can get a couple wins here. So we're gonna start with the tails. That hits. So that's a double up, right? So if we keep going with this, we can keep trying to get higher wins. So that's almost a 2x. I'm gonna go for heads, and we lose. Okay. Let's go for heads again. It's tails. All right, let's do a couple more here. Let's go for heads. Heads again, and we lose. I'm gonna do a 10-cent bet, and we might call it on this. Let's go for heads. That hits. And let's go for tails. That hits. I'm gonna cash that out. So now we're 14 cents in profit, bring us back down to 5 cents. And let's go for tails. And tails again. All right, let's cash that out. So that's a 4x getting 2 hits like that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll take a 29-cent gain on that. I like that. But yeah, I'm gonna hop into a final live game, and we'll see if we can finish off with it. Okay, so we're playing Blackjack. Now this is infinite Blackjack. I've played this before, not on this website, but somewhere else, and I'm not the biggest fan of it for a few reasons. So we start off with a 16 against a 6. I believe that's a stand. 16 against a 6. Yeah, it's a stand. Now, the reason I don't like this, you can see everyone else is standing too, which is good to see. I mean, it's the proper move, right? If everyone else is doing it. Follow the crowd, right? I'm kidding. Shouldn't always follow the crowd. Either way, people can keep hitting on this, and I feel like that messes up. I guess that's how it works on a real table too. But people just make stupid hits, I feel like, and then like it messes up. It's like there's a 9. So someone just hit on that and they busted. The dealer could have had that 9, which is good. I guess he didn't get it. So he has a 10, and we lost. Wow. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. People like hit, I feel like, in a very stupid manner, and it just kind of messes up everything. But we're gonna stick with $1 because I'm not trying to martingale with $1 because our stop loss is like 467. So we're just gonna try to get a couple of dollar wins in a row. But yeah, I can't play like where you have like your own hand, I don't think, because you need higher bets for that. You can't just do $1. So we'll do a couple of these. We're at 10 against a 2. I think that's a double. 10 against a 2. It's just a hit. Okay. I thought that would be a double. I think it is a double. Am I reading that chart wrong? Yeah, I read that chart wrong. Yep, that's my bad. That's all right. Okay, so 15 against the 2, that's a stand. But there's gonna be a ton of people that hit on this, I guarantee it. Man, I just don't like that because we're all playing the same hand. I feel like, I don't know, there's just something about that. Like, people have control over my hand. I know in Blackjack they kind of do too. So there's an ace. It's not the worst hit. Getting a 16 if you were keep going, but I think that I get the idea that people just keep hitting until they bust pretty much, which if they pull a 10 and he is like a 12, I think he actually pushes on 12 in this. So that's also something I really don't like because it just gives the house more of an edge that they push on a 12 or 22. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, we lost again. Okay. Yeah, I seem to never really go on good streaks on this though. So we'll do another dollar here. And if we lose this, I might just pull out since we'll be down 270. $17 against the 5. It's a stand. Just double checking. Don't want to mess anything up. But I guarantee somebody still hits on this, which is crazy. And we lost. The live stats already updated. Oh my gosh, the 19. We should have hit on that with the 4. See, I just, oh man. All right, I think I'm gonna pull out of this and try some other games. All right, coming into dice, we're trying to roll over 25. We're gonna do our strategy we typically do on this. So we lose, we hit, then we double up. Brings back down to 5. Lose, we hit in the green, we double up. Brings back down to 5. We double up. Bring us back down to 5. Try to get this to like 250. Okay. So that's enough of dice. I'm gonna pull out of here. Okay, so we did 25-cent bet. We have a 19 against the 2. We're just playing the original Blackjack. So that's a stand. And they bust, okay. See if we can get a couple wins here to help us get out of here. So we have 20 against the 10. It's a push. Soft 18 against the 10. That is a hit. So now we have a hard 18 against the 10. So that's a stand. And that's ends up being a push, okay. Couple pushes in a row there. We have an 11 against a 10. Is that it? I think that's a double. Whew, it is. I don't like it. Let's rip it. 21. Let's go. That's huge. Okay. Let's try to get one more here. 13 against the 3. It's a stand. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. We started flipping some cards there. I thought he was going to go on a streak. Maybe we'll try to go to a dollar down. We're doing pretty good. We have a soft 17 against the 4. And that is saying it's a double. So we'll rip it. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We shouldn't have done that. All right, let's go for a 50-cent bet. Okay, we win that. Let's try to get one more. I'll bring us back. 12 against a 7. Oh, I don't like that. It's a hit. 15 against a 7 is a hit. Yeah. All right, we're at a dollar bet. Just give us the 20, come on. All right, cool. Let's bring this back down to 25 cents. An 8 against a 3. I think it's just a hit. 17 against a 3, we'll stand on that. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll take the push. 20 against a 10. Another win there. And let's try to get one more, then we'll hop out of here. 16 against a 2 is a stand. Oh, man. That's all right. We'll double up. 15 against the 5 is a stand. Wow, the 2 aces. All right, we're at a dollar bet here. 13 against the 2 is a stand. And they have a 10. That hurts. All right, now we're at a $2 bet. 15 against the 4. It's a stand. It's 7. Just bust. Oh, man. All right, we're at a $4 bet. It's a push. 11 against the 9. I think it's going to tell me it's a double, but I'm not doubling this. 11 against the 9. Yeah, it's saying it's double. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh, sick. Woo. All right, we'll take that. Very lucky day. Very lucky day. Started off pretty rough, but we had a very, very good day. We're up $3.51 on the day there. We'll take it. Wow, a lot of risk today, but you know, sometimes you gotta take that little extra risk. We're not getting the bonus anymore, so we got a little bit of an extra booster today. So we're at $120.31, so pretty big gain on the day overall. And let me enter this into the sheet real quick. Okay, so we're up $6.50 on the day. We took a lot of risks today, but you know, it worked out in our favor. I don't like doing that too much, but you know, we had to do it today a little bit. Either way, next episode, we're gonna have our bonuses come in, so that'll be exciting. I'm gonna explain how all that's working, and I actually got a lot of bonuses so far, so it's gonna boost the bankroll up a good bit. But with that said, guys, that's gonna be it for the playthrough today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys very much. Appreciate all the support. Hop in the Discord. There's a link in the description if you guys wanna hop in there. It keeps growing. It's good to see a lot of people joining that and talking to everyone. And there's also some other links in the description. There's some links for some free stocks and other stuff to help you guys out. If you want to download this sheet, the link's down there too. It's a blank version if you guys want it for yourself. But I don't promote gambling. I don't suggest you do it. You're probably going to lose money in the long run. So I suggest that you invest your money and don't gamble it. But do what you will. Either way, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.